Hello, I'm Neil Quigley and welcome to my podcast. So apparently there is one more £5 note to be found in the United Kingdom that is worth £50,000. It has a special portrait of Jane Austen engraved on it. That's how you know it's the one that's worth lots of money. I mean, if you found it, when you sell it, it could come down to just sense and sensibility, because selling a £5 note for £50,000 is good business. With that sort of rate of inflation, who says Brexit has not been good? This is worrying. NHS trusts overspent by £900 million last year, but surely, according to that Brexit bus, we can pay that back in about 3 weeks when we're out of Europe, right? So it's not really a problem, it's all going to be fine. The latest research from scientists suggests that vitamin D from the sun can prevent colds and flu. There you go, there could actually be one positive from global warming. As local authorities plan to raise taxes but reduce services, are they just following Sky's business plan? May till December, a 90s sitcom or an accurate prediction of the Prime Minister's future? You decide. Shock news this week as the UKIP leader actually manages to offend other UKIP members. I mean, that must take some doing. How is that even possible? Large parts of Portsmouth were closed due to the discovery of an unexploded Second World War bomb. The authorities were worried that the bomb could accidentally go off and cause millions of pounds worth of improvements. In business, Amazon plans to deliver 5,000 new jobs to the UK, but if you're not in when they arrive, they'll give them to a neighbour or just hide them under the flower pot in the garden. This week, the sex toy boss Richard Longhurst shared his business tips. I just hope he cleaned them first or ideally used a condom. Website search engines are planning to make it harder to find pirate sites. If that is the case, how are we ever going to find that buried treasure now? This has got to be the height of optimism, hasn't it? In 2020, they reckon we should be able to get flights to space from the UK. In 2017, this year, we can't even get a train to run on time from London to Brighton. In world news, Donald Trump gets confused about trouble in Sweden after listening to Waterloo and Fernando by ABBA back to back. After that incident, we look forward to Donald Trump proudly declaring that the Death Star has been destroyed and that he can confirm he knows who shot JR. As he just repeats other things he's got vague memories of watching on television during one of his press conferences. As the BBC announces Sir David Attenborough is to front the returning Blue Planet, Donald Trump declares war on the Smurfs and threatens to build another wall. The Great British Bake Off's Mary Berry says she stands by the Hollywood, which is a refreshing and bold attitude for a woman of her age. As a video is released showing Harrison Ford's plane land over the top of a jet at American Airport, it now transpires the incident occurred because they asked him to land on runway 3, and you should never give Harrison Ford the odds. Last weekend, thousands of men in just loincloths gathered to compete for the Naked Man title in Japan, completely missing the point. Congratulations though to the winner, Mr. Dong Hung Lo. New research suggests that hating a football can lead to brain damage. I'm personally guessing that research may have been just them sitting through lots and lots of post-match interviews. As top English referee Mark Clattenburg takes up a highly paid job in Saudi Arabia, is it right to shake things up and desert the country like that? Be more than just his cards turning red in that heat. The magic of the FA Cup last weekend, Burnley let their oldest fans walk out with the players instead of child mascots. Unfortunately, then after some sort of mix-up, they seemingly played them instead of the team in their FA Cup defeat against Lincoln City. Sutton United's reserve keeper Wayne Shaw ate a pie by the dugout in the 83rd minute of his side's FA Cup defeat to Arsenal. All the subs had been used so he could no longer play in the game. It caused a bit of a storm though after bookies offered odds of him doing that at 8-1 before the game. What I can't understand is they were offering the odds basically saying, look at that lad, he looks far too big to play football, he eats all the time, so we're going to bet he can't even last 90 minutes without eating a pie. So there you go, he eats a pie just to shut them up and maybe get his mates a couple of quid. I mean, why shouldn't he have the last word? Good news, the average life expectancy is going to rise to 90 years old in the next couple of years, which means I still have another 5 years to plan my midlife crisis. With that extra time, I can make it a really good one. The scientists have been busy this week working many things out to try and help us in our day-to-day lives. This one, well, I'm glad they spent the money on this. They found a way finally to get every last drop of ketchup out of the bottle. They developed a special coating that makes the interior nice and slippy, so basically anything that you struggle to get out of a tube will come out nice and easily, like toothpaste, like cosmetics and even glue. They've been working hard in America to do this. This is great. No longer will you have to throw away the tomato sauce bottle with still half the sauce stuck in it. Or you do that thing where you're there for about half an hour, smacking it, shaking it, putting vinegar in it, just trying to get it out. You can still never do it. This solves a massive problem, doesn't it? Well done, the scientists. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening.